My name is Karimah Westbrook, as you guys probably already know. Actress, born and raised here in Chicago, and I moved to Los Angeles to pursue my dreams of acting, and everything has been really good. It's been a great journey, very exciting. Everything that I kind of stepped out on faith to do, it has happened. And so I wanted to come back because I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about Los Angeles and the possibility of fulfilling your dreams. So I just wanted to come back and share my story, and also equip actors with tools that they can apply, they can use to propel themselves forward in this industry. So my journey started with me crashing an audition. It was a movie called Save the Last Dance, and they were casting here in Chicago. And I heard about the film, and I didn't have an audition for it. I didn't have an agent at the time, and I was kind of hearing through the grapevine about the film, and so I found out where they were casting. And so I went to the casting location, and I just sat there, in the lobby with all the other girls, and Claire Simon, the casting director here, was casting for it. And she kind of looked around because I didn't look anything like the other girls that were there. They all had, long straight hair, and at the time my hair was natural. And she's kind of looking around the room, and she's like, does everyone have an appointment here? And I'm like sinking down in my seat like, can I talk to you for a minute? So I go over and I talk to her, and I said, I don't have an appointment, but I really, really want to audition for this film. And so she let me audition for the film. And from that, I ended up getting a call back. Hi, you're okay, come on in. I was like trying to wait around for everyone. I just started, so welcome. I'm Karimah, what's your name? Willetta, hi. Thank you for coming. So just telling my journey of, how I was born and raised here in Chicago, and I stepped out on faith, and I moved to Los Angeles to pursue my dreams of acting. And so far, everything has been really, really good. And I wanted to do the seminar to kind of, inspire aspiring actors and actresses, letting you know that, it is possible to have a career and have success that you want, I was saying that I crashed an audition for a movie called Save the Last Dance. And from that, I got Taft-Hartley. I had a series of auditions, and the director, he brought me back, and he had a meeting with me. He's like, Thomas Carter, and he's like, well, what's your goals? And I was like, well, I want to be in SAG, and I want to move to Los Angeles, and all these things. And then I ended up getting hired in the film, and that's how I got my first big break. And it gave me enough money to pack up my bags and move to Los Angeles. So a lot of people, I meet a lot of actors and actresses, and they always say, well, what do I need to do, and how do I get started, and what does it take? And this question reminds me of the story that I heard many years ago. It's about this little boy who wanted to know the secret to happiness. And so his mom said, well, there's this sage in the mountains, and he knows the answers to everything. So the little boy, he goes on his journey, he's walking for days, and he gets to the mountain, and he's walking through the mountains, and he's trying to find the sage for days on end. He's walking and walking. He finally finds the sage, and the sage says, what do you want? And he says, well, I heard that you have the answers to everything in life, and I wanted to know the secret to happiness. And so the sage ignores him. Well, the boy thinks he ignores him, and he walks away. And the little boy follows him, and he said, hey, did you hear what I said? I heard you know the secret to the answers to everything, and I want to know the secret to happiness. And the sage continues to walk, and the little boy walks behind him. He's very frustrated, and the sage ends up walking. They walk for days, and they end up walking by the water, and the little boy is still trailing behind him. He's angry at this point, and the sage, he walks into the water, he walks into the ocean, and the little boy follows him, and he said, hey, what are you doing? What is this? Why are you taking me here? What is going on? You're not listening to me. And the sage takes him, and he dumps him under the water. And the little boy, he's fighting for his life. His legs are flailing, and the sage brings him up, and he dumps him back down under the water. And the little boy is just so angry. He gets up, and he's like, why did you do this to me? I can't believe you. I just came to you to ask you, what's the secret to happiness? And the sage says, when you want happiness as much as you wanted your breath, you will find it. And it's a burning desire. That's like one of the key elements to this thing. Like, desire. I feel like desire is like the biggest activator, because everything else, as you move forward, like you guys being here today, it's out of a desire to know what it takes and what tools you need, and just anything that can help you, like the little boy on his journey of trying to find happiness. When you have that burning desire, that's like the start of you moving towards whatever it is that you're desiring. And I take it that you all are desiring an acting career. You also need confidence, and you also need faith. And I heard this quote many years ago. It says, man's faith in God is measured by his confidence in himself. And I think that that's so true. So you definitely need confidence, you definitely need faith, and you definitely need desire. Those are some of the keys to this whole thing, but it's not everything. Belief. You definitely need belief. And I feel like one of the most powerful things that we have as individuals, we're all spirits. We're all created in the image. I'm not throwing my religion on anyone, but this is what I believe. I feel like we're all created in the image and likeness of God. And I said, very simply looking at that from a logic standpoint, well, what did God do? God created. God created the heavens and the earth. He created you and me. He created the trees. He created plants, the ocean, everything. And God spoke these things into existence. God said, let there be light. And there was light. And so for me, I get excited and inspired by that, because I said, okay, well, if I'm created in the image and likeness of God, well, what does that say about my capabilities? What am I capable of doing? And I think that that's a real strong foundation to remember as you move forward, because your spirit is stronger than your flesh. And if we can work from that place, well, knowing that the possibility, the blessing of you being able to do this is because you are a spirit, and you're able to maneuver and move in that way because of that. That's exciting. That's exciting. But that's only a part of it. I mean, there's so many things we have to overcome before we even can move in that way. Mentally, there's so many things that people need to overcome as far as fear and all these blocks and just not even knowing what to do. But that should be empowering, knowing that because you are a spirit made in the image and likeness of God, that it's possible for you. But we all know it doesn't stop right there, because faith without works is dead.